Today we're working on the 4-2-3-1 post-bed, one of the most complete and reliable formation in FC 26. This setup gives you a rock-solid defense with 2 CDMs shielding the backline, while your left mid and right mid stretch the pitch, your cam pulls the strings, and your striker leads the line. It's a perfect balance of defensive security and attacking firepower, making it a go-to meta formation after the latest patch. Let's dive into the custom tactics and play instruction that make this 4-2-3-1 so effective. You can see here that we've got the build of assault on counter and the defensive approach on 60. Just like my previous custom tactics video, I always go with the build of assault on counter and the defensive approach between 50 to 60, okay? The previous one with 4-5-1, 4-2-3-1, 3-5-2, we all went with 50. This formation just because it's naturally a good formation in terms of defending. Just want to get a little bit higher. One below 61 will makes it in the range of high. We want to keep it at 60. It plays a big role in terms of both, the transition from defense to attack. It does a better job. For the player roles, we've got the striker on advanced forward, followed by a cam, which is on playmaker. Basically, how this formation works is that your cam, it does a pretty good job. It literally being a playmaker, you don't necessarily want this cam to always make the run, okay? That's just not. If you put this on shadow striker, you're gonna see a massive gap between your CDM and your cam, which creates a gap between them. It's just gonna make it for your opponent to go for the through balls way easier. So in this cam, you can do a little bit of maneuver behind the penalty area, your opponent's penalty area, go for the left mid, passes right mid, or even get inside and score every single time. Make sure you put someone that has good finishing and good, of course, agility and of course decent pace. I've got Griezmann here. You can see he can actually do a lot of move well with scoring as well. So we're gonna put this on player, on playmaker, and the striker being on advanced forward. Honestly guys, you wanna go with poacher. If your striker has poacher plus or plus, go with that one. Positioning really matters. Because I've got Lewandowski, he's got advanced forward plus, the way he moves, the way he puts himself in a situation to actually go for the run, makes himself, in a one-on-one situation, and has got great finishing ability. And the reason I went for advanced forward is this. Besides, it gives you a bit more in terms of agility behind the penalty area. If it was like another formation, if it was like the 4-2-3-1 with the 3 cam, maybe I would have gone for the poacher because I got 3 cam behind it. I don't want them to do any extra movement behind the penalty area. That's why I'm going with the advanced forward. But honestly, whichever, either poacher or advanced forward, go whichever one that your player has a plus or plus. If your opponent has both plus in both advanced forward or poacher, you can go with advanced forward just to have a better overall performance. But honestly, whichever one you want, go for that one. The next thing is that we've got the left mid and right mid, guys, which is very important. My left mid is on winger balance, my right mid is on inside forward balance. Don't just use this without knowing why I put my left mid on winger, I put my right mid on inside forward, okay? My left mid, I want one of my sides, one of my either left and right mid, to be always making the run, going back and forth. Keep one side of my opponent's defense always occupying with making the run. Okay, my opponent thinks, okay, if I cover the area, I'm not worried about going down the way because let's just say he's on both on advanced, inside forward. Don't necessarily making the run down the wing a lot. I can defend very well, but if you put one of them on inside forward, one of our winger, there are times your opponent does a good job in terms of defending. There's just no way going from the middle. I'm gonna go with them down the wing. That's just how it's gonna be. Okay, here I have my left and right hand on winger. She's got good pace. She's got rapid plus, decent finishing ability, and the way she makes the run, gets her either go for cross or pass or even take the shot with her. I can do a lot with them. I've got my right with Pepe. I still make the run with Pepe. I'm not saying I'm not gonna make the run with the play that has inside forward, but I'm saying this play has more movement. Let's just say a little bit similar to my cam. It's like my right cam, like I've got another cam, but it only covers the right side of the pitch. The way I play, there are times I want to go with my left mid. I even go for a pass from my right mid to my left mid. Now I have a good space, go for the run, it kind of surprises my opponent. Okay, well, what happened here? Okay, he wasn't making a run before, like before this pass. So yeah, your opponent will realize there's just a lot of space down that wing, but not necessarily from the right side. He knows, okay, maybe he goes for the with his right mid as well. But that's just not the case every single time. So it's kind of occupying your opponent's mind on what are you doing, what kind of play style you have at the moment. So it gives a bit of choice and option on whether sometimes you go with down the wing, sometimes you don't want to sit when you want this play to come forward. You're kind of like being close to your camp, a little bit of build up between your CDM and your right mid. So that's actually makes it a little good in terms of versatility. And all of this good defensive all of this attacking power, good attacking power, is followed by 2 CDM. These 2 CDM, you want both of these on holding. Okay, guys, deep line playmaker, defend, yes, but I realized, guys, not just you guys, even myself, defending has become, of course, obviously way harder. I go with deep line playmaker. I love deep line playmaker. Even if I want to go for a defensive one, I go for the deep line playmaker, defend, not build up. But there is still something that the CDM, that holding offers, that deep line playmaker, even being on defense, that just does not offer. That's just being sitting deeper, even sometimes into the penalty area. I have support from my CDM. These 2 players, I want to close the gaps when I keep my distance with my opponent's players. I want these to cover those lanes, especially the through balls guy. You want this to cover those areas. Holding is very good, especially if the plays that you're using have plus, even better, plus, so you can get a bit of kind of like get a full advantage of the defensive side of it. So if you lack defensively, these 2 CDM being on holding defense, you can literally feel the difference the way you defend with these 2. And of course these 2 followed by the 2 center back, and of course the left back and right back. Put them on left back and right back on full back defense. When they close the gap, be defensive, don't want to give them any space. And because I have left mid, right mid, they naturally come back. Gives a kind of like they tend to participate in terms of defending, just because they're naturally not left winger, right winger. Yes, they make the run, but the natural positioning of left and right mid is that they come back, they join the defense, not to like a lot, but they tend to be a little bit helpful in terms of defending. And they put the left back, of course, or right back on full back defense, and it gives him more guarantee in terms of closing the gaps, especially between the left back and my left center back, and the right back and my right center back. Kind of guarantees me. And then followed by 2 CDM. In terms of defending, I don't think there's any formation that could offer these types of defense, good solid defense, and also this way of good attacking power. And the center back on defender defense, nothing else. You don't want to go anywhere else, no stopper, anything else. Just sit there, just defend, guys. Keep your distance, go with the right side tackle or slide tackle. You're gonna get the best out of these. And the goalkeeper on goalkeeper defense doesn't make any difference, guys. Yeah, I like the ball playing keeper, but nothing that would. I don't necessarily pass back to my goalkeeper a lot in this formation, because I already have enough play. I don't want to risk it a lot. Just go with whichever one your opponent, your goalkeeper has a plus in. Just as how it's gonna be. And I've got Chevalier being a goalkeeper. He has goalkeeper plus, so I just went for this one. Overall, it doesn't make big of a difference with that one. I went to this team tactics. I'm gonna put the code in the description. And now let's show you guys some example. It's actually 2 matches. So the first one, you could see the way I want to start the build up. I have I have my CDM here. It's the start of the kickoff. You can see I pass to my left mid. My left mid is there. You can see my striker is there. I have all this space for my cam. It's followed by 2 CDM in, back behind my cam. In case I lose the ball, they are there to cover, and they're not gonna get any further than this unless I trigger them forward manually. You can see the way I go for the pass back to my CDM, to my cam Grisby. You could see right here. They want to get, look at this. Look, see how I'm triggering her to move forward, guys. The triggers, guys, they are so important, guys. Okay, use them effectively. Don't just trigger all the time. Use them effectively. If you see a chance, if you see a space, go for it, and don't necessarily pass every single time. This will occupy your opponent's mind. Remember guys, you always want to make your opponent think, what are you going to do next? Okay, here, looks what I did there. Griezmann, you can see, I go that one. I didn't pass to right in there. You can see, although I had the space, I didn't pass to right in there. My opponent thinks I was going to do that, thought I was going to do that, but I didn't necessarily do this. So this triggering, you want this to be effective, not just use the triggering all the time. In this way, you're just gonna make your players out of position, and you're just going to concede a lot of goals easily. Okay. So with Griezmann, I know I have my striker there, and with Cam, I have my right mid there. Think wisely in these situations. You obviously don't go for a shot here. If you go for a shot here, guys, you know it's not going to turn into a goal. Especially now with the finesses getting nerfed, and a low giving shot outside the box is just not gonna help, and the goalkeeper is being very good actually. So it's just not gonna work. Pass to the last moment, I get the ball. You could see Lewandowski gets the ball. These movements, guys, look at this. Gets the ball. These turns, guys, it's so meta, guys. I'm sure most of you guys can see this way easily. The way your opponent gets the ball and you turn, he turns, and there's just nothing that you could do actually to go for that. The one thing you should do in terms of defending here is that you actually anticipate, kind of like see, okay, see, if he gets the ball, he's going to turn, go to the right side. You already should have started going to that way in order to stop it, okay? If you don't, this is going to happen. You could say, I got the ball, make the turn, go for the shot. It's an easy goal, okay? So in this way, your Cam has space to move around the penalty. That's why I say that you don't want. If this Cam was on Shadow Striker, like here, if Griezmann here was on Shadow Striker, was somewhere around there already, okay? So playmaker, you're a little bit more conservative, and you want to take your time when to go for the run, when to make the pass. All of this, just the right timing of everything. Once again, you could see Griezmann got the ball, made the turn, took the shot, and it's a goal, okay? Once again, you could see here my opponent is attacking. Once again, look how close my players are. It's like I'm closing down the spaces. This is blocked. This is blocked. If any pass sale, this player is going to go for the tackle. There's no way for my opponent to go for the tackle. I'm closing the gap as much as possible, okay? As much as possible. Not necessarily all the time. Guys, manual defending is key in FC 26, even if it was before, but now more than ever, this is key to actually close those gaps manually and afford with formation like this setup of 4-2-3-1. The AI, the game itself can very much help you in terms of closing those gaps. So here you could check the ball with my Cam even, and with my CDM. Got the ball, pass to my Cam. I have my striker there. I wait. Even you could see, look at my two CDMs there. They're not necessarily moving the forward unless I trigger them to move forward manually. I know I have right mid there. I know my Cam is there. I know this is my striker. I don't necessarily want this striker, this Cam, to move forward, because first and foremost, this isn't a shadow striker, okay? I want this player to be behind, kind of like literally a playmaker, okay? And I want this player to be one-on-one. I either dribble, or in this case, this doesn't make sense if I keep on dribbling with this player. So what makes sense is to pass or just something wide, not necessarily just dribbling and get past. Here I wait, pass to my left wing. See guys, this is Wrighton being on winger. Look at all this space, and look at Pepe. Look where he is. He's close to my opponent's left back actually, okay? But look at Wrighton. Look how unmarked she is. Look how much space she's got. This player is occupied with my Griezmann, my Cam. But look at this player, my left mid Wrighton, being a winger. So one of my right mid or left mid, whichever one you wanna go with, I put my left mid on winger, because in these situations she can actually make the run and has lots of space. So once again, you could see I pass to my left mid. She has space. You could see she's moving forward. Rapid plus, very helpful for if you put the one that you put on winger. Make sure that player has rapid plus, or at least above 90 pace. I do a bit of movement. My Cam, I have both my CDM. If you pay attention here, I pass with my CDM Vitinha. Here he makes a run. The game doesn't make him the red. You could see I obviously triggered him manually. Look what happens there, and you can see it's just a lot of a space. I could have passed, but I didn't necessarily pass him. I didn't necessarily go for that, but I just want my opponent to think maybe you want to go for the pass. I have to watch for that one. I don't want to get kind of like, I want to keep my distance. But if you paid attention, look at my opponent. Look at this player, okay? He's keeping his distance. He's not coming towards me, okay? He's occupied with this player. Look at all of this space that's available here. So I have my cam, pass to my right back, to my CDM, being the able of movement. You could see Griezmann, his spawn, is making the run, triggering the manually. Once again, I do a bit of movement there, I lose the ball. Whatever happens here, it comes back to your own skill, okay? Whatever you do here doesn't mean you're gonna get there right every single time. I could have just passed the ball. Look what happened. The white thing could have been a long pass for this player. Like, look at Wrighton, how unmarked she is. Or I could have just passed the ball to him, down for Wrighton. So, whatever you do here, yes, you're not going to make the right choice every single time. That's just even how pro players play. They make mistakes, but the point is to keep your shape and bounce back. Make the right decision next time. Once again, you could see I have a 2 CDM to my right back, giving it simple, very simple. Look at this pass, this precision precision through balls, like all lob passes, whatever his name is. I think it's precision through balls or precision lob pass. I go for this one. Why did I go for this? The first and foremost, the main thing it has happened here, you could see, because I know my left mid is on winger. I know that player is on mark, and she's gonna have a lot of space down the wing. In this situation, using precision lob passes could be very helpful, guys. I could have just passed the ball, keep it simple, but this was like an unexpected thing by myself, and it kept my opponent thinking, okay, what am I gonna do? This is not going to reach his left foot, or this is going to get there. It's going to be a wrong pass. But if you get it right, it's going to get there. Like 99% of the time, it's going to be a perfect pass. You could see a lot of space. I'm using all of the space. I got past easily. I'm getting inside. Whatever you do here, it's up to you. I pass. I lost the ball, you could see. So whatever happened here, do not blame the custom selector or anything. Make the right choice here. So what was the right thing? Maybe you could have just here, could have gone for like right here, could have gone for a fake shot towards that way, pass, maybe even go for a cross, maybe like a low driven cross for Griezmann. Whatever you do here, it depends on you. Do not miss these golden chances. That was like a really good position and opportunity that I had. I obviously missed, but you can see the way I started, I actually got past my opponent's defense line. So you can see I was just actually being over. So winger being one of your left mid or right mid on winger can be very helpful with this formation, and I've obviously lost the chances. So once again, you can see here, I'm gonna show you in this example actually. It's not a long lob, but you could see how my CDM made my opponent to come back. You could see Lamine Yamal, very fast player. Obviously, I have to watch for this player. I don't necessarily, if I switch to my left back Marcelo here, this player could have, you know, would have had more space, could have got past this defender easier, and of course even could have gone past my my left back Marcelo easier, just because Lamine Yamal is a very fast player. If you want for some skill, because my opponent, my left back Marcelo isn't necessarily a great defensive leg player. He's not great in terms of defending. Yes, he's got speed, he's got nice dribbling and everything. He doesn't even have any fullback plus. So I tend to be a little bit more conservative in this situation, and I have a CDM to go for that one. So the point is that you have a CDM, it follows a player. I made this player to go there and pass and just try something else. Okay, so this way the role of CDM being on holding, you can certainly benefit from it in terms of defending, guys. Next one, you could see we've got right mid Pepe, passed by CDM. Again, it's a very straightforward below. I have my cam, my 2 CDM behind me if I wanted to trigger them manually. If I could do a bit of movement, pass back to my CDM, kind of keeping for the right moment to go for the pass or make the run. I still have the ball. You can see I'm finding the spaces to find which way to go for now. Look at this space. I know by this point I'm frustrating my opponent. He wants to be a little bit aggressive. I go for a little bit of movement. I know my CDM between it has technical plus, so I use that. I got past these two easily. I pass to my cam Griezmann, a little bit of movement. Here I go for the shot and I miss it. Should have done way better job in terms of aiming, but you could see how I got past my opponent using mostly left stick dribbling and keeping my time, not necessarily rushing a lot. In this position, you could say obviously got past him easily. It was just like this movement when I got there. There was just like a normal. I didn't even use L1 or R1. Just made the right timing of, got back, created for myself. If I was, if I aimed this way, if I aimed this way, it could have certainly been a goal, obviously, and I missed a chance, but that's okay. Gonna do it again. In this one, you could see it's after a corner. I did the move behind the penalty area, pass to my Lewandowski to my cam to go for the shot, and it's a goal. So it's very important that the cam you're using has good shooting ability, and pace, and of course agility, because it's kind of like you want this player to be very good in terms of scoring as well too. In this way, in terms of defending, you could see it's kind of compact defending, all close to each other. You could see there was right hand being added to the defense. It actually blocked the way, so that's why I say left mid. They tend to be good in terms of defending as well too. I tend to keep my distance. It's all blocked. There's nothing you could do. It's all blocked. Once again, in terms of defending, I keep my distance. 2 CDMs are there. It's actually one of my CDM, Griezmann, being in terms of attacking, being there and actually covering, goes there, and of course there's nothing you could do. You could see he wanted to go for that one, go for the run, but I'm closing everything. There's nothing my opponent could do. Gets inside, I go there. If he was just if he had taken the shot, there's no way it could have been a goal. He has to move forward, and my left back is there to get the ball. Right here, I tend to start the attack right from there. In the next one, you could see the reason I told you guys you wanna have your left back on fullback defense. You could see it's Marcelo being close there actually to my center back, covering these areas. So actually very straightforward for the left back or right back being on fullback defense. Once again, I'm attacking with my center backs. Once again, you could see this precision through balls, guys. Very important. Try to learn this. I'm seeing all this space from my right spin. I go for that one. It's a very good shot. So this precision passive, the R1 triangle could be very good. I go there, I take the shot, and it's a goal again. I got inside, you could see it. I told you guys, right spin being on the inside, we still are going to make the run. That doesn't necessarily mean he's not going to make the run. It's still a right spin. I go for the pass, it's a goal, it's next goal. Okay, so this is how it's going to be. For the next one, it's actually next match here. The role of CDM, guys, you could see my CDM being there, cover the area. I have my left mid. I do a bit of movement from there. You could see I have my right mid. I try to get inside. I took a shot. It's blocked. The spawn. I'm keeping my distance. Look how I defend with my center back. I keep my distance. I'm on Marcelo. I'm using teammate contain to actually keep this player occupying my opponent's player that has the ball. I'm not necessarily switching to that player, but you could see here how I got the ball using that, and in this moment I went for a center. That's why I say timing really matters. And because I went for a pass, it was an offside. And here, look at this. Look at it was a pass from my opponent. Look who gets the ball. Look at this. This is my CDM, Declan Rice here. I told you guys, you get a bit more, especially in the penalty area from your CDM. You will see the Declan Rice being there, being helpful. My 2 center backs are there. My left back and right back, they're just there defending. If you look at my other center back, my other CDM, Vitinha, he's there in the penalty area trying to help. Okay, so being a holding actually does a way better job in terms of defending. Also to go for the pass, your right hand covers the wing, a little bit of movement, fast agile player, go for pass for my cam, my striker is there, a little bit of movement from there, from here, look at that, I go for the shots, that's good. There are times that don't be afraid to go for finesse. Yes, I know it's been nerfed, but still, there is still very good way to score. If you get the timing and the aiming and the play that you have has a finesse shot, even base could be even better. Even if he doesn't have, you could still go for that and score the goal. That was just like the best option I could have gone for was obviously going for a shot. So yeah, I create chance. I try to put threats on my opponent's goal. So here I'm gonna show you the role of CDM once again. You can see look at this. This is CDM. This is my CDM Vitinha. Okay, look how I keep my distance. I don't want my center back to come forward. I want them to be kind of keeping the line compact and very secure. I don't want to risk anything. I keep on this with my CDM. Now you can see my CDM got the ball. Every single time you can see your opponents wants to go these passes, okay? Even if he passed to this player, my right back would have blocked it. Even if he did that, I could have just immediately switched to this player, come and go for a tackle, okay? But these lanes, these two lanes, it's so hard to defend against these two, okay? So make sure to keep your distance, and the two CDMs, they are very helpful in terms of defending. My CDM gets the ball, I start the build up right from there. You could see I have my center back, striker, pass the ball to him, a little bit of movement to my CDM. I have options because my striker gets in, I make the right turn, but that's okay. Another example of my CDM being inside the penalty area being helpful. You can see it's a cross from my opponent. Look who's here, my CDM, Vitinha. He's even, look at my other center back, my CDM, look at this, Rice. He's inside the penalty area trying to cover as deep as possible. Yes, if it was like anything, that would have been outside of the penalty area, okay? But being on holding, it makes a huge difference. And also like deep plan playmaker, hold like defense or build up right from the start. Go for that one. I know I have a space for my left mid, even want to keep it to my right mid, to my striker, to my cam. I have a space, a bit of movement from there. Was just a great tackle from my opponent. Actually, don't be afraid to make those tackles, guys. But you can see how I got the ball back. My CDM was there to get the ball, pass back to my striker. I have space. Whatever you do here, it depends on you. That was actually a great shot, but unlucky. So you guys, don't be afraid to go for those shots. It doesn't necessarily mean it's not going to get there every single time. Once again, my CDM is there in terms of pressing, covering this area. I still keep pressure on my opponents. A little bit of movement with my cam, go for the shot. Actually very good save by my opponent goalkeeper, but still it should have been a goal, honestly. It was just my mistake. And I get the ball. You could see compact defending, center backs got the ball. Now my CDM has the ball. My cam is always how it's going to be. CDM gets the ball to my cam, to my left mid, or to my striker. I don't want to keep the ball a lot with either my cam or maybe a little bit more with my cam, but on my left mid or striker, not necessarily a lot. I made a pass to my right mid. You could see I'm creating space for my CDM. See guys, here I triggered it manually because I saw there was a clear chance. Extra force, took the shot. That's okay. It was my CDM. Once again, my CDM has the ball. A little bit of movement. You can see my opponent using offside trap here, but I don't panic. I don't pass. I know he may does that, but once again, you could see how I trigger my right back to see for that because I know he's going for offside trap. I know he knows I either pass. By this time, he knows the way I attack. This player is there. Maybe I go get inside. I have this player all. It's going to be on offside if I go for the pass or easy to mark. So I do an unexpected thing, like right here. Look at this, like right here. Okay, let me just show you guys. It was somewhere around like here. I aim towards it. He was something. The moment he raises his hand, that's manual trigger. Okay, he moves forward. Look at all the space. Look at all this space. It's like moment here to make sure we get the timing of the passes in order to avoid offside. I go for this one. It's a glitch. It's on offside. I pass and it's to go. So look what happened. That was unexpected. I didn't put my right back on wing back, inverted, like attacking full back or anything, guys. That was just L1 trigger at its finest form. Pass. Even here I pass, and then I go for a shot. Another example. CDM gets there. Striker. I have my right mid. Again, by this point, guys, there was just a lot of times, a lot of guys, even myself, we take the loading shot from outside of the box. Before the update, it could have gotten in, but now I see after the patch, there was a previous updates, you can't go for low driven from behind the penalty area. I mean, you can score, but it has gone way harder, mostly from inside. So the shots from inside the penalty area, go for low driven. From outside, especially in this situation where your opponent's goalkeeper is out of the goal, is further away from the goal, you go for a right timing and right aiming and right power of like up here for like 3 bar with my right mid. I know he's left for the player. He's got nice finishing and shooting, and it's the next goal. He does score here. Game my CDM covering the area very well. I start the defense right from there, pass to my right mid. I'm making mistakes, but that's okay. My CDM is there to cover. So you get the role of CDM, very important here. You could see it was in this was actually a very good example. Here you can see a player lock. I did bad in terms of defending. Here I have my CDM. Look what happens there. I go here. I know I can't reach the play. I know it's Pina. Low Junior shot plus. Very good goal. A very good striker. If he gets 1-on-1, it's a goal. Okay, I don't want that. So here I go for like up, like right here when the ball is further away from my opponent's striker feet. Here I go for a tackle. Okay. Next thing, do not be afraid to go for the tackles. It's good, guys. The tackles, even if it's a slight tackle, whatever. If you go for that one, hold R1 or R2 depending on your spin speed to go for a deeper tackle, a way better aggressive tackle than the normal tackle, and you can actually go for this and stop the attack. Didn't happen, nothing happened. Another example, you can see my CDM being inside the penalty area, being on holding, being in an extra force in terms of defending, and right from there, I go for attack. My left mid is there, my right mid joining the attack. Pass to my left mid. I try to get 1-on-1. Here, take the shot. I missed it. There was actually a clear chance that I missed. Do not miss your chances. Told you guys, inside the box, go for low driven shot. I actually did go for low driven shot here. The second that was just not fast enough, so this happens sometimes. Get my CDM. We see my left mid wants to make the run. I stall, wait, go for the pass. Now I pass to my cam striker, and it's a goal. And that's the 4-2-3-1 post-pass formation that locks your defense while giving you width, creativity, and clinical finishing up top. If this breakdown helps you dominate more games, smash that like button, subscribe for more meta tactics, and let me know in the comments which formation you want me to cover next. Thanks for watching AFC Land, where every tactic becomes meta, and I will catch you guys in the next video.